Such a heartrending story, but captured so beautifully. I'm just going to ask a few questions, but I'll invite you to ask your questions. I guess to begin with, could you tell us how you first became involved with Lost Land and what drew you personally to the Rohingya story?
Thank you, Sanjeev, first of all, and Asia Society for having us for this special event, and thank you all for coming out. Yeah, I have a 4-year-old son that turns, or a 3-year-old son that turns 4 in 2 days, and this last scene just gets me every time. I didn't even watch the film, just came back for the last 10 minutes. But unfortunately, the director had a back issue and he couldn't get on his plane to come here, so I'm here in his place. But I'm a producer from New York, based in Tokyo, and I'm not the main producer on this project. I mean, it's really, it was an incredible effort by the director and a small group of Japanese collaborators who initiated the project, including the DP, the cinematographer, Yoshio Kitagawa, who did an amazing job. But, I had watched the director's 2 previous films, which were also about migrants and refugees from Southeast Asia and South Asia in Japan, and I really admired his work. And the year before the shooting production at the Yamagata Documentary Film Festival, I had a chance to catch up with the producer, and he told me about this project, and I really admired their ambition. I mean, as you can feel watching it, it was a really difficult production, actually, the first production, despite the fact that it was a Japanese director and main crew, was the first fiction film developed very closely with the Rohingya community, or one of the Rohingya communities, in the Rohingyan language. And I thought that what they were doing was so important that I offered my support, because I'm a bit older than the main producer and have, let's say, different kinds of experiences with international production. So I helped him a bit before the production to think about how to finance and to bring some people on board, and then after the film was finished, to get it to film festivals and through an agent into distribution in different parts of the world, and also how to think about impact production, which is not prevalent in Japan at the moment. So one of the goals with this film, obviously, is not just to show it in commercial venues, but have it lead to awareness and maybe even policy change around Rohingya issues.
I mean, Rohingya community, as we all know, I think it's the largest stateless people's community, right? And I think we have like over 1 million in Bangladesh, in Cox's Bazar. Just one more question, and then I'll let the audience ask. Could you tell us a bit more about the production process? Because it's fantastically done. But where was the film shot, and over what period of time did the filming take place?
Well, the filming took place in 2024, but it has a history, certainly how it was developed. The director Akio, who's Japanese, spent 10 years working in Myanmar, actually. And he got to know about Rohingya issues when he was in Myanmar. He ended up marrying a woman from Myanmar and moving back to Japan. But he felt when he was in Myanmar, for reasons related to his work and status, he couldn't really tell Rohingya stories. But when he moved back to Japan, he felt like it was something that he must do. And so he spent years with the main producer Kazu, developing this and building trust with the Rohingya community, and actually in different parts of the world. But the film was developed and shot in Malaysia because of the stateless status of the participants. I can't speak too much about where exactly in Malaysia, but it was developed basically with about 200 Rohingya collaborators. Like, all of the Rohingya cast are playing some version of themselves and their own experience. So actually, aside from the 2 main young cast, almost all of the other actors who appear are reenacting some part of their own experience. And the script was developed based on testimonials from these collaborators, and so that's why it feels so real. Almost all of them made this perilous journey from refugee camps in Bangladesh to Malaysia.
Questions from the audience? Can't really see. Any questions? Think. Oh, yeah. If you'd like to wait, yeah.
Thank you. I wanted to ask about the children because they were so genuine. Just can you tell us more about them and how the director found them, etc.?
Yeah, he encountered them. They are sister and brother in real life, and he encountered them when looking for cast in an elementary school or kids school, basically in Malaysia. And yeah, they're wonderful. And of course, they didn't have experience acting. So people call this, a lot of people will call this, let's say, documentary style. The director actually hates that phrase. For him, it's fiction, but grounded in reality. And I think a lot of the performances with the great acting, so to speak, with the kids was achieved by shooting for very long takes with the kids to let them be very natural in their own environments, and then editing from that. The film premiered in the Venice Film Festival last year. It's been released theatrically in Japan and France and other places, but because of the status, unfortunately, of the kids and the other participants, they have not been able to travel to any of the international premieres. But the director and some others from the production did travel to Malaysia to show the film to them and to the community, and everybody was absolutely thrilled. And despite potential risks to their own well-being from having the film distributed elsewhere, and particularly in Malaysia, I mean, they're very enthusiastic to have it seen and for people to get to know their stories through this film.
Yeah, Shafi and Somira, they look natural, right? I mean, although they are not actors, as you said, they look very natural. There's a question over here.
Hello. I love the film so much, and for a long time I haven't seen such a fantastic sense of expressing a very deep story of traveling from one country to another country and then working with the kids. But point I want to say about atmosphere, how it was created, available light and all this sense of space, and the notion of time, like time has stopped. Yet we are so suspensefully involved in the moment of these people and whether they will survive or not survive, whole thing. So visually, it's very strong. It's not a dialogue-driven film, it's a visually driven film. And to me, it's beautiful.
Thank you, I appreciate that. And I know Igor is a very accomplished cinematographer. We met in a cafe today.
Oh.
And here he is. But I would say that, one of the reasons the director chose to tell this story through two young kids is because he wanted the viewers to experience the reality of statelessness and these journeys before engaging the issues intellectually. And that's I think contributes to the style of the film. I mean, a lot of the camera was shot at the eye level of the kids to give the impression or to give the experience of seeing the world from their point of view.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll use this anyway. First of all, congratulations on the film. As far as I know, this is the first screening it's having in North America?
First in New York.
First in New York,
yeah.
okay. So yeah, my question is just, what is the future of this film? Because I think very few people know about the Rohingya community outside of Europe and America, or within Europe and America. So I'm just curious, what are the plans for perhaps further distribution and getting it out into the world?
Yeah, thank you. There have been a few the film has won actually lots of awards at film festivals around the world, starting with Venice. But getting it into commercial and sustained distribution is a challenge. We've been fortunate enough to release it pretty widely in Japan and in France thus far. There are a couple of distribution arrangements pending in other countries, but we don't have anything in the US yet. So this is our third festival, and we're looking for US distribution. If anybody knows it, just good distributor. And yeah, I mean, we would love to release it in theaters here if possible. But it was, I think, as you alluded to, you know, there are a lot of people who may have read about Rohingya issues in the newspaper, but haven't had the chance to really engage with the community and feel and understand the culture, understand the language. Just, let's say, get to know the Rohingya people as this film allows you to do. So, you know, the team is very committed in whatever form we can to put it out there and to let the film have impact in the world.
Thank you so much. This is such an amazing, I would say, both fictions and documentary. So I myself is a Rohingya. I came from the refugee camp in Bangladesh, and I have been here only about 2 years in New York. I just graduated from NYU. And the one thing that I wanted to know was, lots of people back in the refugee camp in Bangladesh do not know how this journey that the people have gone through to reach to the Malaysia. So will there be a possible way to offer the Rohingya in the refugee camp to watch this documentary, because people in the camp do not have access to better internet and access to pay, for example, for a ticket. So I think it would be very helpful, especially during this time now, because there is a massive wave of hate against the Rohingya in Malaysia. And we have been also trying very hard in order to save people from the human trafficking and all of those things. So I believe this documentary or movie will definitely be contributing to the efforts. Thank you.
Thank you, and thank you for coming tonight. The film has been shown in Malaysia, and I think it will continue to show in Malaysia. Bangladesh is a little bit more sensitive, and actually, we did a trip in this January for the first time, the director going for the first time with members of the team to visit the refugee camps, to engage with the UNHCR, who engage with the Bangladesh government. We actually showed it to certain members of the Bangladesh government to gain their support, and with the aim that, and I think it will happen, to start to show the film actually in the camp. And to be able to show the film in Bangladesh to regular Bangladeshi people as well, because I think a lot of people in that country in particular live with a lot of misconceptions about Rohingya as well. So having the film shown in Bangladesh, in Malaysia, and other parts of South and Southeast Asia is a major priority.
Eric, earlier we talked about BRAC. BRAC is one of the largest NGO, global NGO in Bangladesh. You will know BRAC, right? BRAC has big operations in Cox's Bazar. So, you know, we will talk about, you know, involving BRAC in Bangladesh. We have folks who know us very well at BRAC, and we'd love to, you know, have this screen at the camp, you know.
Thank you, and I know there, thanks to Sanjeev also, there are people in the audience from different international organizations. So we are very open and in need of support. So if there's anyone here tonight that feels they can help in any way, please feel free to come up to me after the screening.
I think we have 2 colleagues from BRAC USA. They're supposed to come. Are you here in the audience, or maybe they didn't make it? Okay, but BRAC USA is one of the connections that we know we'll leverage. So. I guess, John, it's 8:35, maybe one last question, and then, we'll still have conversations with Eric informally.
What can we do as private citizens to create awareness to this cause? I mean, I'm a small citizen, so I would love to shed some light on this.
Yeah, I appreciate the question. I mean, I think, even in small ways, with whatever network you have, sharing about the film, sharing about the issues with friends, posting about it online. If you're interested to organize a community screening, that's something we're also very much interested in and open to. Yeah, I mean, I wish I had big answers for you, but I think starting with your own networks is very important. Yeah.
On that note, Eric, thank you for bringing this film to Asia Society, and I think this was a perfect way to mark the World Refugee Day. That's on June 20. So if you're interested in more programs about refugees, immigration, please stay in touch with us. And again, please subscribe to Asia Society newsletter so that you are informed about all our programs. Thank you for coming. Thank you.
Thank you.